Well, hi folks, and welcome back to my channel, Brummy in the Highlands. Well, today we're here in Inverness at the castle, Inverness Castle Experience. Now we're just walking up the hill here towards the castle, and we're going to get some fantastic views of this fully refurbished castle. Now it used to be a sheriff court. They moved the sheriff court out and they've opened it up to this marvellous visitor centre that we're looking at now. You can see how they've cleaned up all the red sandstone there, the outside of the buildings, looking absolutely stunning. Now the work started on this way back in 2020 when they decided to turn it into a visitor centre, and they finally got all the work finished back in just at the back end of 2025. You can see it there, that little bit on the right there, that's the bistro, but the castle is looking absolutely stunning on the hill here. So what we're going to do, we're going to walk around the outside of the castle, and then we'll go into the visitor centre itself and take a look at what it looks like now. Now when we get inside the castle, it's going to be difficult to video in there. I have checked with the stewards, they're happy for me to do it. There's areas that I can't film in, they won't let me film in there, but I'll do what I can. There will be flashing lights, so be aware of that. There's quite a lot of projection work in there, and the camera doesn't pick up the LEDs that well, so it will cause like a flickering, so just be aware of that. Now we're just heading down towards the front entrance here to the castle, and as you can see, they've refurbished all this as well. They've done the gardens out. You can't see it too well at the moment, but there's like a zigzag path all the way down to the bottom there towards the castle tavern. Obviously it's a very snowy January day, so we can't get to all the things that we want to do on the outside. There we go, there's a stunning shot of the castle, look at that, isn't it fantastic? And you've got these little information plaques as well that are in Gaelic and English. The Gaelic is the Scottish language, the Highland language up here that's still widely used. So we'll just continue to walk around. There's Flora MacDonald and a dog just on the statue there. We're going to get some great shots of the River Ness as we walk around the castle. You can just see the River Ness now heading out there. So we'll just continue to make our way around the side here. Now you can come and walk around these even when the castle's shut, but you have to pay to get into the castle. At the time of filming it's about £22 each. That's January 2026, £22 each. The bistro is free to go in. You can go in there anytime. You don't really need to pay for a ticket for the castle to do that. And I have to say, it looks nice. But you can see how they've cleaned up all the brickwork there. It really is stunning. So we'll just take a look over here now to our left, and you can see the River Ness quite clearly there. And that's the shortest, one of the shortest rivers in Britain, and that runs all the way through Inverness. And it's lovely to have a walk along there. Even in the winter time, it's gorgeous. Now if we were to keep walking straight ahead up those steps that you can see, that would take you into another entrance to the bistro. There we go, we're looking over the River Ness now, and the Ness Bridge in the distance. So here we go folks, we're going in now through the main entrance here. I won't do too much talking, I'll just let you have a look around, and you can feel the experience for yourself. And this is the first part of it now as we go up the steps in the main entrance. We've just paid there. So there's stewards everywhere to tell you which way to go, but you've also got a one-way system, so you need to look at these little marks on the wall there, these little signs on the wall, they'll keep you straight. It's stunning inside, isn't it? Just look at this. And then you've got, as we turn around to the right, you'll see those things hanging from the ceiling there. They're like sheets of paper. I'm not 100% what they're used for, but they look stunning. You can also get like an audio speaker as well that you can walk around with at various points. It kicks in and it gives you a commentary as you go around. I opted not to do that. Up some more steps now. I think we're going outside. This will take us outside onto the top of the tower there, one of the top of the towers. And we should get some superb views from up here. Look at the stonework, and then we've got this little nook and cranny here, and a doorway there, onto the old section. So here we are on the first viewing bit now. This is quite high. I think we're above the bistro area, I think it is. But you've got all these plaques as well on the edges here, and they tell you what you're looking out over. Looks out all over the city, down the River Ness there, look at that. Castle Hill. Can you see the zigzags I was talking about now in the path down towards the Castle Tavern there? Covered in snow at the moment, but nice when they're not. More shots there of the River Ness. Imagine this in the summer. We're right on the roof of the castle now. I think we can go a little bit higher if we go up these steps here. Let's go and take a look.
Come on. Danger. Look down the elevator.
Marvellous view again. You can see the Ness Bridge there just on the right coming into view over the River Ness, and that's the flagpole. There's a section of the tower and the other section of the castle and the other tower there that you're looking at now. Again, stunning views. These plaques are quite useful as well because they tell you exactly what you're looking at.
Oh, is that where we were the other day?
So the castle was built in about 1835 here on this hill. There was a castle here before that, dating back to 1057 I think it was, I'm not 100% sure, but a long time ago. Nothing like this though, the castle's very new really compared to that. It's quite windy up here folks, so apologies for the audio. Now this is one of the first sort of projection screens that we're looking at. This is sort of a waiting area that takes you into the next part of the castle, but this is fantastic. But again, apologies for the flashing lights. It doesn't flash like that in reality, it's just that the camera doesn't pick it up too well. So it's just a holding area where we'll all wait to go through to the next section, which is the rose window. Now the rose window area, I can't really film it, but we'll try and get a sneak peek of it. Now the rose window was saved from one of the buildings on the end of Ingle Street in Inverness, and it was in storage for many years, but they've refurbished it. Look at that, isn't it fantastic? But I can't film this. I'm seeing how long I can get away with it for. This room's stunning, it is. There's all bottles hanging from the ceiling that light up as well. Apologies, that's all I could get. And then the next room, again the flickery lights, ignore that. It's very atmospheric. you're immersed into this room, you know, and into the forest area. And that's like a big branch going all the way across in an arch there. Just to give you a feeling of, you know, what it's like in the Highlands. Obviously representing there the renewable energy that the Highlands are famous for, and that there is a Pictish stone, not an actual Pictish stone, but it sort of represents the Pictish stones that are all over the Highlands. They were built by the Picts, you see, before Christianity was here. It's not picking it up too well, it's very dark, apologies for that. So we'll go through to the next room now. So you can see these little like portals that you look through. You can see these very holographic images inside there. That's very interesting, that one. That's showing sort of the birth of the Highlands. And there's one underneath as well, another one. Hopefully you can see that. Hopefully that's coming out okay. Just amazing, isn't it, that? Really, really good. Now we'll just head into the next area. Through this door, back into the corridor. Good view from one of the windows there. That's again looking out over the Ness Bridge. You can see that quite clearly. Lovely view again. This is an interesting room, isn't it? Very sort of holographic. Now you've got the cup there in that glass case. Can you see that? That's the one of the cups that was won by a Shinty tournament, which is the Gaelic game. It's like hockey, but more violent, I would think. I'm not going to even pronounce the name of the cup, but you can see it there. That's the actual cup in the glass case there. So they're very proud of that here in the Highlands. Have a wander around this room, get the feeling for it. Again, sorry for the flickery lights.
Moving on already.
All the history of the Highlands, basically, what we're looking at. The Highland clearance is very controversial, isn't it, that one? Highland dances there. It's quite popular in the Highlands here. You can see one of the. You can see all the different types of tartan as well that's made up, and you can see there one of the Highland dresses for the dancers. Absolutely stunning. Just look at that. The work that's gone into that's amazing. Into the next room now. This is sort of highlighting some of the local Highland people as well, which I think is a really good thing to do. And there's some holograms in here as well. There's one there that you can see, but like a bracelet on the left there. But these little cases are built into the wall. They've got holograms in them as well. It's telling you the history of the Highlands here. I'll try and get a close-up if I can. There's one there that you can just see. Try and get a close-up of it. There's some of the local RLNI people, the lifeboat. Some of our heroes. It's very dark. Apologies again for that. I'll just try and get a close-up. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's like a bracelet spinning in there. Can you see the bracelet spinning there? That's like a hologram. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. You just see it spinning. And then on this wall here, you've got like a Highland horn. One of the traditional horns. Can you see that? That's a hologram again, spinning in this like glass case. Absolutely amazing. Really is. Now I couldn't help but film this. This is an old toilet, looks like an old Victorian place. Part of the castle. You can see the old-fashioned Victorian sink there and the Victorian toilet. Look at that. They don't make them like that now, do they? A bit of history there, here in the castle. Right, now again I couldn't film in here, but this is the main area towards the, you're at the halfway point now. That's an immersive experience, but again I couldn't film. But what we'll do, we'll continue walking up the steps now to the next part. We're going into the North Tower Gallery. Walk through here. Like an art gallery, this one. Tapestries as well. This is quite interesting actually. You can spend a long time looking at these because some of these tapestries are absolutely fantastic. They really are. The detail and the work that's gone into them is really immense. You can see the Loch Ness Monster poking his head out of the loch there. And the Christian cross, or the Celtic cross, is it? All tapestries. Absolutely stunning. Let's look at this one. We'll just take a look out this window again, looking out down the river this time. Is that Urquhart Castle? Maybe. Not sure. Probably not. The view of the Ness Bridge there. So there's quite a lot of rooms dedicated to the tapestry, so you can spend quite a bit of time in here. Very interesting. There's one of the ferries, I think, in the middle.
I didn't have any idea what
Now these are light screens, LED screens there, showing again more of the tapestries.
So I virtually was.
And there's a nice commentary about that as well.
House who had a big salmon plate.
That's a good idea.
And we just kind of thought that things that are connected with the river, really. So we've got mussels, and we've got the loggers and fishing.
The whole area of the tapestry of the Highlands and Islands was under Viking rule up to just over 700 years ago. So there's a lot of connections.
So the panel has got elements of Stafford and Fingal's Caves, things like that.
Really, wildlife is the key to this area, alongside hiking and skiing. That's what people come to.
There's one of the original features, look, of the castle there. That must have been a doorway or a window to somewhere, not sure. If you've been, let me know your thoughts. Tell me what you think of it. The traditional bagpipes there. Now we're in what the section, this is the Runrig section. Now this is a band that's very famous here in the Highlands. They originate from the Highlands as well. They've been going many years, but I don't think they go any longer. And it's just more like a museum dedicated to Runrig really, and you've got their instruments that they use there. Very famous band if you know of them. So there's a whole section as well dedicated to Runrig. So yeah, that was interesting. And again, this room that we're going in, again, all dedicated to Runrig. You can sit and listen to their music and look at the history of the band. There we go. Some of the memorabilia there. Nice looking guitar there with the American flag on it. Pair of shoes. I take it one of the band members wore those. Very pointed. So yeah, if you're into Runrig, you'll spend a lot of time on this section. Now we'll just make our way out. This is heading into the bistro now. I didn't want to film too much in here because of people eating. But this is taking you into the halfway point of the tour. And this is the bistro area now. So that's about it, folks. Little snowman there, sitting there. That's about it. This is the outside. We're back out again now. Little coffee shop there, which I would imagine would be open during the day. But we're back out of the bistro. You can just see the spire there. And one of the towers. But you can see how well presented the castle is now. So if you've enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything to do that. Hope you've enjoyed the tour, and if you have been around the castle, let me know what you think of it. Because it's about time we had this visitor experience here in Inverness. But I've enjoyed it. I thought it was well worth it. I'd like to see it in the summertime as well, which I probably will do. And until the next time folks, from me, Brummy in the Highlands, I'll see you all again very soon.